Hey gang, AV here, and welcome to the final figure in my Sideshow Christmas countdown. Merry Christmas, by the way. That figure is, of course, Captain America, the Star-Spangled Man. Real quick, let me get him out of the way of his box cover. That is the cover of the box he comes in. And like I explained previously with all of these other Hot Toys figures, they basically have shoebox style packaging. So once you lift that off, you are presented with this. Product shot of the actual figure itself. Right up there. Pause and read about it if you do so desire. Take the little cardboard insert off. And then you are presented with the item tray. Now, I'm not going to open this up because everything is out and on the figure except for just a handful of things. Basically, his alternate hands, of which he has 5. 2 for his right, 3 for his left. And then you have this little stuff right here. Basically, what that is his cue cards that he had on the inside of his shield during the musical that he did trying to sell war bonds. He had his little speech on these little cue cards that he had on the inside of his shield, and he would read them off as he was doing his spiel. In the back there, you see that brown? Those are actually tiny little adhesive strips, which are basically the tape that he used to tape his cue cards to the inside of his shield. It was rumored very, very early on that his shield was going to be metal and that these were going to be magnets. But obviously that is not the case. These are just paper, and you are intended to literally tape them to the inside of the shield with the tape provided. That's not something I was very comfortable with doing, and so I chose not to. But that's what they are. That's where they are, and that's pretty much it for the item tray on this particular figure. Now this figure, believe it or not, comes with some very cool accessories. Let me just give you a 360 of the guy. Alright. Take him off of the base for the second. Oh, jeez. He's got the typical crotch cradle base. Captain America, the First Avenger on the base itself. Star-Spangled Man. That little mishap there was actually the crotch cradle grabbing a tiny thread from his shorts, which kind of made me pretty nervous, but crisis averted. I'm just going to take some foam and cover those over just to be on the safe side. Close up 360 of the figure, or just to have a glimpse of his detail. His cowl is molded plastic, but molded in such a way that it actually looks natural. The wings, this is the only version of this character done by Sideshow so far, with actually protruding wings on the sides of his cowl. Very cool. He has some cushion on the abs there, just to kind of make them puff out a little bit. Traditional folded over boots. Unlike the other, the rescue version of this figure, this shield is immaculate. There's no battle damage on it. Alright. Now I'm going to systematically take off all of his accessories and show them off to you, because let's face it, the biggest appeal of this figure is got to be the fact that he is the closest representation Sideshow has done to date, the closest to the comic book version. And of course, the comic book cap doesn't have any of this shit on him. But, you know, that doesn't mean that the stuff he comes with isn't cool as hell. So, here's his Tommy gun. And just like the ones I showed you previously, it does have a working bolt, as well as a sight that goes up and down. This one has the second the second handle in the front, and it does have a removable drum, and yes, you can see a round in there, so that's very cool. Very cool. It does not have the strap though for slinging it over his shoulder. It's more gangster style. He does have the ammo belt, which he had during the theater serials. Oops, I'll take that off of there. There we go. Just typical ammo belt. It's one solid piece of plastic. He's got this little strap here, which you can just drape over his head. It actually plugs together someplace. Where is it at? Oh well, I'll take it off in a minute. But one of the coolest things about him is his little military belt he's got here. This pocket doesn't open, but this one does. It's got a little Velcro thing there. And it looks like it can hold a couple clips of ammo. So that's pretty cool. He's got his little holster here, which has his pistol. And like I've said previously, the pistol does not cock back, but it does have a removable clip. And one of the nicest surprises about this figure was his entrenching tool. It's removable, so you can just pop this open and lift out his entrenching tool. And yeah, the spade does pick up. I thought that was really, really neat. So yeah, I'm gonna pause the video and show him off comic book style, because I happen to have a little added accessory here that did not come with him. So hold on one second. And we are back. Now that's the cap I want to pose on my shelf. Hell yeah. As cool as all the extra gimmicks and gear he comes with is, that is the cap I want to pose on my shelf. He did not come with the standard round shield. As soon as I pre-ordered this guy, or actually right before I pre-ordered this guy, I went on eBay to make sure I could find a second-hand one. Because if I couldn't, I wasn't going to get him. Or at least, I was going to seriously reconsider getting him. But I was able to find one second-hand. It was like about 30 bucks. But well worth it. I mean, that is awesome. Here's his other shield, which popped off earlier in the review because I didn't have the hand pegged on all the way. But you can see that the hand, I mean, that's pretty tightly on there. And since these loops are only glued onto the shield, as a matter of fact, you can see this one's already a little bit loose from fighting with it earlier. You don't want to mess with these too much. You don't want to be taking the shields on and off too often. And you can clearly see now, with as tightly as that is on there, why I recommend that you use some kind of heating element. Either it's a heat gun or hair dryer or whatever, just to soften up this plastic enough to get those fingers around that loop without ripping the loop off of the shield. It's a very, very tight fit. But yeah, this is awesome. This figure, easily my favorite out of the bunch, out of all 10, just because I am a huge Captain America fan, and this is pretty damn close to the comic book version of Cap. I mean, this is like the 1980s Captain America right here, staring me in the face. That's just awesome. Ah, man. And well worth the wait. Well worth the wait. And that should wrap it up, gang. I'm out of Sideshow figures to show off. And it's Christmas Eve. You guys have other places to go and people to see, you know. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little countdown of mine. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in the future. Happy holidays. Be safe. Have fun with your family and friends. And take care.